Good morning. It's Monday, the 28th of December, and I'm going to return with music during lockdown tomorrow so that we hit episode 100 on New Year's Eve. But I thought some of you might be sitting alone at home, and so we might have a little quiz today. We could call this, if you like, episode 97.5. It's a little quiz I prepared a few weeks ago for the Book, Music and Lyrics Christmas party. Bookmusicandlyrics.com. You can find us. We're a workshop for British writers and musicals, a very fine organisation. And the idea for this quiz was given to me by Tom Chester, who is an excellent pianist in the north of England. Now then, the idea here is it's Oscar Hammerstein's Aviary. I'm going to play you 8 songs by Oscar Hammerstein, not necessarily with music by Richard Rodgers. 8 songs by Oscar Hammerstein, 8 points there. 8 points if you can tell me the show they come from. There may be overlaps. And then there are 12 or maybe 13 mentions of birds. So there's possibly 28 or 29 points altogether. So you might want to pause this now and get a pencil and paper. Okay, so I'll play this medley through and then we'll see how we've done. If the mention of bird or birds is just that, bird or birds, then we want the adjectival phrase that goes with it, you know, whether it's green birds or dancing birds or whatever it might be. I wonder how you're doing. I'm sure there are lots more obscure references to birds in the lyrics of Oscar Hammerstein, but you know, there's no need to drive us all mental. So, put me on pause if you need to whilst you have a think or listen to that again. And now, I'll sing the medley through so you can hear the lyrics in context. My heart wants to beat like the wings of the birds that rise from the lake to the trees. My heart wants to sigh like a chime that flies from the church on a breeze. To laugh like a brook when it trips and falls over stones on its way. To sing through the night like a lark who is learning to pray. There's a sad sort of clanging from the clock in the hall and the bells in the steeple too. the nursery, an absurd little bird is popping out to say cuckoo. Cuckoo. Chicks and ducks and geese better scurry when I take you out in the Surrey. When I take you out in the Surrey with the fringe on top. Like a nightingale without a song to sing. We'll talk about it. I haven't seen a crocus or a rosebud or a robin on the wing. When your lovebird decides to fly, there ain't no door that you can close. She just pecks you a quick goodbye and flicks the salt from her tail and goes. Come home, where the brown birds fly, through a pale blue sky, to a tall green tree. At the end of the storm is a golden sky, and the sweet silver song of a lark. Fish gotta swim and birds gotta fly. I gotta love one man till I die. Can't help loving that man of mine. So, the 8 songs and the 8 shows and the 13 mentions of birds. The first song, My Heart Wants to, was The Sound of Music from The Sound of Music, and we had My Heart Wants to Beat Like the Wings of the Birds That Rise, so we want the birds that rise. And then later in that song, I'd like to sing through the night like a lark who is learning to pray, so either just the lark or the lark who is learning to pray. Then we had So Long Farewell, also from The Sound of Music. Couple of references to birds here. We had up in the nursery, an absurd little bird is popping out to say cuckoo, so an absurd little bird, and then cuckoo. Then we had the Surrey with the fringe on top from Oklahoma, ! Where of course we met chicks and ducks and geese. Now then, I was originally going to just do, we had It Might As Well Be Spring from State Fair, and I was just going to play Or a Robin on the Wing, but I thought maybe that was a little hard for some of the younger people, so I thought I'd play the main tune. But then it was pointed out to me that, of course, in the second day, that includes a nightingale without a song to sing. That was the best Oscar-winning song, Oscar-winning best song, I think 1944, something like that. Anyway, so Nightingale is allowed and Robin on the Wing. Then we had from Carmen Jones, we had That's Love. Better known to many of you as the habanera from Carmen, though I, like many others, I'm sure, met it as That's Love from Carmen Jones. And in that lyric we had, when your lovebird decides to fly, so we want a lovebird. And then we had, come home from Allegro, Rodgers and Hammerstein's Allegro. Come home, where the brown birds fly. So brown birds, please, in Come Home from Allegro. Then we had, at the end of the storm is a golden sky and the sweet silver song of a lark. So that lark, of course, comes from You'll Never Walk Alone from Carousel. And then finally, from the great masterpiece Showboat, we had Can't Help Loving That Man of Mine, where fish gotta swim and birds gotta fly. So I hope you had fun spotting those 8 songs, 8 shows, and 12 or 13 references to birds. It's all just a bit of fun. I'll see you tomorrow for episode 98 of Music During Lockdown, when we're joining the Navy.